ready to rumble.
Welcome back to North Central High School, Game 3 today of the North Central Holiday Tournament. The Jeffersonville Red Devils and the North Central Panthers. Hi, everybody. Howard Kellman with Dave Nicholson. And this game is brought to you by LD Smith Plumbing, the big dogs of plumbing. Well, the teams get ready, Dave, for game number 3 today, and we just saw Carmel win the previous game.
This could be quite a different type of game. Both of these ball clubs it's early in the season, but they're still trying to find their identity. Jeffersonville, of course, the defending state champion, and they graduated several players, so they came back, and they're coming in with a record of 3 wins and only 6 losses, 3 and 6. North Central stands at 4-3. They actually won a game last night against Park Tudor. So 4-3. 2 teams struggling to find identity. One thing about both of them, they like to go up and down. There's going to be a lot of quickness on the court, pushing it up and down, and both coaches go deep into their benches.
Speaking of benches and teams, how about the starting lineups?
The starting lineup, and you never know from game to game with coaches, but the Jeffersonville Red Devils, Terrence Nord, he's a leftover player from the state championship team, averaged 11 points a game. Number 11, Elijah Cheeks, was 6'1" senior. Demira Crosby, a 6'7" sophomore. And number 3, Jacob Wilkinson, the coach's son. He's the leading scorer on the ball club. He's only a junior, averaging 14 points a game. And you got Cash Whitehead, a 6'4" senior, who is averaging 12 points a game. For North Central Panthers, number 1, Bryce Harris, a 6'2" junior. 4, Antoine Watts, a 6-foot senior. Gabe Grossfeld, a 6'3" senior. Caden Rhodes, a 6'2" junior, and David Smith III, a 6'4" junior.
Okay, Dave, and we are ready to go. Jeffersonville and North Central. And we have more basketball today after this one, and Rick will be back, Rick Johnston and Jim Leisure, to call game 4 today. Cash Whitehead at 6'4", and Gabe Grossfeld at 6'3" will jump center. The ISC Sports Network bringing you all the action. Vince Morellis, our director, and we thank him and the entire crew for all their great work today. And the tip is controlled by Jeffersonville. 20 is Perry. 11 is Cheeks.
North Central immediately jumps into a tight man-to-man. North Central is not a very tall basketball team. They try to use their quickness to offset that.
And we've seen Jeffersonville reverse the ball twice already. Five is Grossfeld. Seven and a half minutes to go in the first quarter. And the first foul of the game.
That was on Cheeks.
It's on Cheeks.
Man-to-man, of course. I think you'll see that. You'll also, in the earlier ball clubs, we didn't see much half or full court pressing. You'll see both of these teams extend their defense half and full court, put some pressure on the basketball.
Grossfeld to the hoop. No. Opening moment here at North Central High School. Johnson. And the jumper by Bryce Harris, the 6'2" junior.
North Central's a man-to-man defense, just playing a 3-2 zone at the other end.
And there he is again, and good again. Bryce Harris, who is averaging 13 points a game.
Took about 3 seconds from that ball come all the way from the backcourt to get that wide open shot.
And the ball knocked away and out of bounds. With 6:21 left in the first quarter. And you're right, this is going to be a much different kind of game than the first one we did, the previous game.
With this 3-2 zone, you should have an opening in the middle. And you see North Central has someone cutting in the middle, the rotating players between Grossfeld.
When you're on offense, I'll give you a choice. Would you rather play, and that didn't go, and the ball knocked out of bounds? Would you rather compete against a zone or a man-to-man?
Well, since the last 5 or 6 years of my career, we played strictly zone. I apparently thought it was tougher to go against a zone, but both are difficult. If you have good people to drive to the basket, of course, you'd like to play against man-to-man, give them a chance to show their skills in penetrating.
And the pull-up jump by Aiden Toller. At the other end, they get it right back. Carmel ahead 6-2. When you played zone, did you vary the zone defenses or did you play a specific zone?
It was primarily a 2-3 matchup. We had others that we experimented with, but I think you've got to have a primary and play it often enough that your kids get used to it.
Toller hits again. We've played over 2 minutes in the first quarter. There's Harris again. Not that time. The Paul Loggan Foundation continues to give back to Washington Township by providing valuable resources to all athletic teams and is dedicated to supporting the student athletes for opportunities across the district. And this is the Paul Loggan Invitational, honoring Coach Logan's legacy and bringing our community together. He also was a great athletic director here at North Central High School. The late, great Paul Loggan. And a running one-hander, it counts in a foul. It counts in a foul by Antonio McFarland.
You're already seeing the quickness being utilized, particularly by North Central.
5:02 left in the first quarter now for the three-point play. And he's got it.
North Central applying a man-to-man press. No problem in bringing it up court. A Stone.
Frederick Stone, pull-up jump. Had a good look, but no. Didn't get exactly squared up properly. They reverse the ball.
Great ball movement.
Yep, you love to see, I always love to see that. And going to the hoop is Bryce Harris. And there's a foul.
You're getting the idea very quickly how quick this North Central ball club is. They bring it up quickly, but they're also quick with the dribble. They're pretty tough to keep track of. They're not a real tall ball club, but they're very aggressive. And on the bank boards, you're going to see all 5 people going to the board.
There's only one realtor for me, and that's Biff Ward. The Biff Ward Group, the absolute best. And get this, over $2 billion in career sales. 9279 North Meridian. Biff, B-I-F, at talktotucker.com. She's the best. As an air ball.
North Central did a nice job of getting the rebound off that missed free throw, but they weren't able to capitalize on it. And again, North Central's going to guard you inline to inline.
Frederick Stone with the ball. And he lost it. He just lost it, dribbled it off his foot. And on the turnover, North Central gets it back.
Constant pressure caused that. It started in the backcourt. Forced a turnover. Jeffersonville's going to try to turn the tables. They're now coming with a tight man-to-man full court press of their own.
Inbounds pass to Grossfeld. He hadn't had his hands on the ball in a while. He goes all the way end to end, and it counts in a foul. A terrific effort by Gabe Grossfeld. Oh, wait a minute. No, it doesn't. He commits the foul. Offensive foul. There's Elijah Cheeks. Well, I thought there was some traveling there. Work it down low. And a nice defensive play by Grossfeld. Back outside to Harris. All the way to the hoop. Beautifully done by Antonio McFarland. And a timeout is called by Jeffersonville. Are you looking for a Toyota, new or used? Do what Robin and I did. We bought a 4Runner from Andy Moore Toyota. It's absolutely sensational, and so is everything else about Andy Moore Toyota in Avon. Beautiful dealership. And when you're there, say hello to General Manager Ben Mendoza. Andy Moore Toyota.
So far, the press has been really effective for North Central. They lead 12-4, and primarily off of deflections and taking the ball all the way to basket. Whoever gets it in the backcourt just putting their head down and getting to the rim with it.
Now, how about Sharon Wilkerson from Jeffersonville? Played on a state championship team at Jeffersonville, and last year, as a coach, they won a state championship too.
Quite an accomplishment, particularly when it's your home school. A lot of people say, hey, you can never go back. You know, in other words, too many people know you. They'll be trying to give you too many suggestions. But Sharon is making it work very well. And I don't know him extremely well, but I've worked with him the last 2 or 3 years, and he is such a super nice human being.
Well said. Went to IU. And then played basketball overseas as well.
Yep, played a lot of pro ball overseas.
3:20 left in the quarter. Off balance shot, very nicely done by Aiden Toller.
I've got Tover for 6 points, and Jeffersonville has 6 points. So it's North Central against Tover.
Harris missing the three. The follow put up and in, though. Caleb Rhodes scoring. That's a long three that did not go by Smith. Here's Harris.
Guys are really, really cutting quickly, and they're putting the dribble down quickly.
Beautiful move by Bryce Harris to the hoop. He hit a couple of jumpers earlier.
I've got Harris for 7 points already out of the 16.
And a whistle.
Two things, Howard, I pointed out ahead of time. It's going to be a fast-paced game, and each of the coaches uses their entire bench. So as an announcer, stay alert. You're going to have 8 to 10 guys you got to keep track of.
Yeah, much different than our earlier game. You're right.
Keeps them fresh.
16-6 North Central. And that rebound pulled down by Nord.
Jeffersonville runs what they call a sideline fast break. They send a player up either side. They look for the quick hit, but if it's not there, they'll use a good judgment of going into a half-court offense.
Out of bounds on the turnover.
Stays with Jeff.
No turnover. I'm sorry. 10-point lead early in the game for the Panthers.
Unforced turnover. The receiver had his foot on the sidelines, and the key point, and it's not a plus, Jeffersonville is averaging 20 turnovers per ball game, which is an extremely high number. And I know Coach Wilkerson's spending a lot of time working on correcting that.
No harm, no foul.
Might have been a flop.
Ball knocked away, intercepted by Nord. Well, he did his thing. Jacob Wilkerson did his thing, stepped back, took a jump, and he's averaging 14 a game.
He loves that 15-foot shot along the baseline. He has a tendency to do it well with a little shot fake or freezing his defender and taking one dribble and finishing it.
And the ball knocked out of bounds.
Wilkerson's the first guy for Jeff to score outside of Toller.
And here's another whistle.
Had to travel on the takeoff.
A lot of turnovers.
Both teams are playing very, very quick. They're all sometimes they're too quick to keep up with the dribble. They drag their foot or make a little jab step.
And we remember John Wooden's words, there's another turnover, be quick but don't hurry. Under a minute left in the quarter.
Been a quick quarter, almost as quick as the play on the court.
And it's North Central ball. Grossfeld, pick and roll. Good ball movement in the basket inside by Elijah Anderson. That was terrific. 35 seconds left in the quarter. Nice pull-up jump, but it's short. And the follow put up and in by Caleb Jones. At Andy Moore Kia in Avon, you can get a great deal on the Kia Soul, the SUV for people who live outside the box. Great selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. Andy Moore Kia. Say hello to GM Joe Capitan.
Tight man-to-man full court press by Jeffersonville.
Cross-court pass, the open man. However, the jumper didn't go by Bonds. Oh, there's contact. See how they call it a charge.
Yep, easy call there. Defender was set. Quite a contrast to the other game we did, Howard, as for the quickness and the fastness of the pace.
First game very deliberate.
It's not generating abundance of points.
That didn't go, and that's going to end the first quarter with the score North Central 18 and Jeffersonville 10. This is the ISC Sports Network.
But calling in time. Oh, no! It's good.
This one is caught.
There you go.
Wow, Dawson makes a great catch.
Spin, win, three, bury it for Leland Walker.
Tie the game they do with the dunk by Malik Edmonds. What a play.
Oh, my goodness.
I feel a little momentum starting to fall Ellen's way.
That is Wrestler! Wrestler!
Whoa!
And we get ready for period number 2. North Central ahead 18-10. Dave, your impressions of the first quarter.
Obviously, if Jeffersonville's got to cut down on the turnovers, that's hurt them badly. Toller came out hot, had 6 points in the first quarter. For North Central, McFarland comes off the bench, and he has 5 points. And, of course, Harris is a steady player. He averages 13, but he's got 7 points here in the first period. So if Jeffersonville can get a shot every time they bring the ball up, they're going to be right back in the game. They only trail by 8, and they can the pace. One thing about a fast-paced game, you can you can do 2 things. You can dig yourself a hole very quickly, but you also can dig yourself out of a hole very quickly. And I see North Central has switched to a zone defense, a 2-3 zone.
And it's Jeffersonville ball to start the second quarter. Nice pass inside and the basket underneath by Cash Whitehead. Opening moment, period 2. Grossfeld hemmed in. And the free man, the jumper by Johnson didn't go.
Fighting for the rebound, picked up a foul. There haven't been an abundance of fouls. Even though there's extreme pressure put on the basketball for the most part.
$7:15 left in the second quarter. Panthers by 6. Red Devils ball.
This is owned by North Central, should take away the drives to the basket.
North Central coached by Kevin Gant.
Played here, was a nice player. Played for Doug Mitchell, and they had great teams back when Kevin was a player.
Doug was the coach for a long time.
He was here
Whitehead.
20 years he was here.
Whitehead hits a 3. And he isn't especially good from the three-point line this season, but he hit that one.
No, I have a list of the top 4, and Whitehead was not on the list.
Well, he was 7 for 34 from three-point land prior to that. Jeffersonville ball.
Back to man by North Central.
And a steal. A terrific defensive play by Johnson.
Unfortunate move there. He kind of got tangled up with his teammate and was off balance, and it drug his pivot foot. It was Harris that kind of came together with him unintentional. They were running up the side court.
6:20 left in the half. Work it down low, and it didn't score. And there's a held ball. Andy Moore Volkswagen, the #1 VW store in Indiana. 0% financing on most new cars. Great selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. That's Andy Moore Volkswagen in Avon. Say hello to new GM Mike Rowland, doing a terrific job. Andy Moore Volkswagen in Avon. Down the court, and he puts it in. Nice move by Bryce Harris.
Harris off to a great start. That's 9 points.
Chargers called. Offensive foul on Caleb Jones. With 5:59 left in the first half.
To defense either ball club, you've got to find a way to stay in front of the ball handler. North Central's had great success in driving all the way to the basket.
Work it down low. Grossfeld for 3. No. Good job of blocking out.
Very nice play. They went inside, came in from the left side of the basket, hit the high post, and dropped it over in the corner. Didn't go in, but that will be successful.
Nord blocked out well, and not only that, got the rebound. Sometimes you can block out and help your team even though you don't get the rebound.
Exactly. Particularly if you've got a little size, if you can take up space and keep the opponent off the board, let your 4 teammates go get the ball.
I thought that was a foul on Caleb Jones over the top there. Yes, and they did call it on him.
That's his second personal. Haven't been a lot of fouls.
Bryce Harris inbounding. 5:15 left in the half.
In this entire tournament, I don't think there's been very many in the bonus when you get to 5 fouls in one quarter. It hasn't been a factor.
Kick it back out in a blocking foul. Associated Builders and Contractors of Indiana and Kentucky. Merit Shop Construction. Based on merit, performance, and integrity, ABC helps its members develop people and work safely, ethically, and with profitability. Say hello to the legendary executive director, the man, J.R. Gaylor. Special hello to J.R.
Something you don't see very often. They call a flop on the defender from North Central. That's only a warning on the first, but if it happens again, there'll be shots taken. It's a tough call for the official. You're standing there and the guy runs into you. If you go down, a lot of times they'll call the charge, but they put that in a couple of years ago on the flop. The guy is faking it.
Probably a good thing.
I think it's a good thing because everybody's just falling down. And there should be sufficient contact to dislodge you to make it a foul.
Inbounds to Terrence Nord.
May have traveled to
Work it down low, didn't fall though.
Here come Panthers to the basket.
And he went all the way, grabbed the rebound. Antonio McFarland grabbed the rebound and scored as well.
McFarland's showing up today. He had 5 points in the first quarter, 7 now in the first half. He only averages 4 on the season, so he's playing well this afternoon.
Ball knocked out of bounds.
Deflection hit the Jeffersonville player, and unfortunate for him, bounced right off his leg out of bounds.
And the ball knocked away. Terrific play. Oh, it's getting a little sloppy. Pull-up jump by Nord. Terrence Nord, the 6'3" senior. He's a good player, averaging 11.2 per game.
First basket in the afternoon for him.
3.5 minutes left in the first half, and the Panthers' lead has been cut to 5. Muscling inside, and he didn't score. Anderson muscling inside.
You know, Howard, as much as up and down quick play we've had.
And a nice move inside in the basket underneath by Aiden Toller. And here's a timeout called with 3:10 left in the half. Chris Shields, one of Indiana's top officials, is responsible for the assignment of officials for many major events, including this Paul Loggan Memorial Classic. Want to be an IHSAA official? We need you. Scan the QR code on your screen now to find out how easy and rewarding it can be. Plus, your first-year license is free. Main Street Barbershop, a barbershop that's so good, it's named after the street it's no longer on. Now at 116th Street and Keystone Parkway, look for Christopher Walken's sign that tells you at the Walkins you're always welcome. Matt Stilger is Carmel's barber to the stars, but regular folk get their haircuts there too. Main Street Barbershop, a classic barbershop for the modern family.
Howard, you would think with the speed of these two ball clubs are playing up and down the court very quickly, you would think the score would be a lot higher than 22-19. Too many errors made, deflections, but both teams flying up and down, you would think it might be more like a 30-40 game.
And a turnaround jump, no, by Anderson. Yeah, the lead's cut to 3, and North Central had a big lead earlier. And a foul, And Caleb Jones will go to the line and shoot 2. With 2:49 left in the half. (22-19) in favor of North Central.
Caleb struggled at the line. He's 53% on the season. Got that one. Good for him.
Now 8 of 14.
Got them both.
.240 left in the half.
Jeffersonville jumped into a zone that time.
Grossfeld went to the hoop.
More of a surprise element, and it's a good idea. So when you've got a dead ball situation like the free throw being shot, timeout, come out, show a different defense for at least a possession or two, make the other team adjust.
The Paul Logan Foundation continues to give back to Washington Township by providing valuable resources to all athletic teams and dedicated to supporting student athletes and enhancing athletic opportunities across the district. Be sure to attend this tournament, and it honors Coach Logan's legacy and bringing our community together.
Nice ball movement by North Central, side to side, equally good hustle.
And the 3. Grossfeld hits the 3, and the lead is up to 4. A near steal.
Grossfield hadn't shot a ton of threes, but he's now hit 7 of 15 for 43%. Both teams playing a zone.
And a long jumper by Nord, no good. .141 left in the half. And North Central leads by 4. North Central led by 8, 18-10 at the quarter.
Do a really good job of rotating. I think they're going to have to get the ball touches inside. Somebody's got a flash cut. There's a hole right there in the middle of the zone. Get the ball in there. The defense will collapse on you, and your teammate's going to have a nice look from the perimeter. They're just moving the ball around the perimeter, but they're not gaining any ground toward the basket.
And the 3, no. Driving to the hoop, beautifully done, Jacob Wilkerson. Pull-up jump by Harris. No, he's had a very good first half. 38 seconds left in the half. The ball turned over. There's one realtor for me, Biff Ward and Biff Ward only. The Biff Ward Group, the absolute best. And get this, over $2 billion in career sales. They're on North Meridian Street. You can reach her, Biff, B-I-F, at talktotucker.com. Biff Ward and her crew. They are terrific.
You would think they would take the last shot. 22nd. Nope.
Swish. He hits it. David Smith hitting the jumper. 7 seconds. 3 seconds.
Going up.
And that's the end of the first half. With the score, North Central 27 and Jeffersonville 23. This is the ISC Sports Network.
McCulling in time. Oh, no! It's good.
This one is caught.
There you
oh,
go.
Wow, Dawson makes a great catch.
Spin, win, 3, bury it for Leland Walker.
Tie the game they do with the dunk by Malik Edmonds. What a play.
Oh, my
I
goodness.
feel a little momentum starting to fall Ellen's way.
That in the air. Wrestler! Wrestler!
Whoa!
Ball here. Harris scores. With 19 seconds left. Big players, big boy. I'm telling you right now, that's awesome. I love it. Oh! Oh! At the finish. Oh! You get a layup, take it, and land one. Oh, my ball.
And we welcome you back to North Central High School. The score at the half is North Central 27 and Jeffersonville 23. North Central led 18-10 at the quarter. Dave, your thoughts on the first half?
Look at the individuals. Bryce Harris for North Central has 9 points. McFarland has 7. So 2 players have really carried their offense. For Jeffersonville, Whitehead had 5. He's been a big scorer all year. He averages 12 a game. The guy that really surprised him this afternoon, Aiden Tolan, he has 8 points here in the first half. He only averages just under 2 points a game. And again, the second quarter, Jeffersonville did a better job of not turning the ball over, and they're sticking right in the ball game because it was going south on them because they were making too many errors. In the second quarter, Jeffersonville actually outscored North Central 12-9. So a good comeback. We still got a very tight ball game. I still think the speed of the game is not indicated on the scoreboard. 27-23, relatively low score, but their turnovers and contested shots.
Well, it's a good point that you made. North Central with a 4-point lead at the half, and quite a difference from the first game played earlier in that the first game was very deliberate. Both teams that way. Sometimes you'll have a game in which one team has one style, another team has another style, but in the first game they were both deliberate, and not in this one.
No, not at all. Not a deliberate, both of them just up and down, and a lot of times whoever brings the ball up is the guy that takes the shot.
And they have Rick Johnston and Jim Leisure will be back for game number 4 today. They'll have girls games today. Well, a wonderful festive mood at North Central High School. And again, that halftime score, North Central 27 and Jeffersonville 23. This is the ISC Sports Network.
McCulling in time. Oh, no! It's good.
This one is
Got
caught.
it. There you
Oh,
go.
wow. Dawson makes a great catch.
Spin, win, 3, bury it for Leland Walker.
Tie the game they do with the dunk by Malik Edmonds. What a play.
Oh, my
I
goodness.
feel a little momentum starting to fall Ellen's way.
That in the air. Wrestler! Wrestler!
Whoa!
Ball here. Harris scores. With 19 seconds left. Fake players, big boy. I'm telling you right now, that's awesome. I love it. That's the finish. You get a layup, take it, and an and one. Fly ball. Out of here.
And we welcome you back to North Central High School. Dave, we look at highlights.
Going to watch number 24, Whitehead in Jeffersonville. He had a great second half. Deep shot there by Toller. He's the guy that has been a surprise as he's put up 8 points. He only averages about 2 for the season. Both teams up and down. They don't waste time in getting the shot up. That was nice penetration. Good follow shot there by Johnson. Harris had a nice quarter. That was him on the layup with 9 points. Seeing a lot of activity, and I mentioned during the course of the half, a lot more up and down and a lot of quick action. It's not indicative of what we see on the scoreboard. We expect a higher score, 27-23.
Okay, thank you so much, Dave, as we show highlights. And as Dave said, a very fast-paced first half. Harris had a few jumpers like that. The open man. North Central ahead 27-23.
Guy I say that may take off. I still think Jacob Wilkerson, he has 4 points, but he averages 14. He had a kind of a slow night last night, so I expect him maybe to come out and really light it up here in the second half.
Are you looking for a Toyota? Do what Robin and I did. We bought a 4Runner from Andy Moore Toyota in Avon. It's absolutely sensational. We've had it for several years. And so is everything else about Andy Moore Toyota in Avon. Say hello to General Manager Ben Mendoza. Ben's done a great job there. He first was the GM at Andy Moore Avon Nissan and moved to the state of Indiana from the state of Arizona. That's Andy Moore Toyota in Avon. Howard Kellman with Dave Nicholson. What are your thoughts when you look at the big picture now, say the higher classes in terms of who's really good this season, and give us some outlook?
Well, the team that played earlier here this afternoon, if they gel, is going to be one of the best, if not the best, and that's Pike High School. They have the 6'11" center. They have 2 6'6" forwards, and they have good guard play. So if they come together and really play for each other, we've got a lot of good teams in the area, but they're going to be a notch above, in my opinion.
And you mentioned a 6'11" center and 2 6'6" forwards. You can't teach height.
And they're all underclassmen.
Wow.
So the coach has got to, he's not thinking about the future, but he's got to feel good about it.
Okay, ready for period number 3. Carmel ahead 27-23.
Kind of waiting for one of these teams to have a spurt and make a little run and create somewhat control. But with the quickness that both teams play with, I can't imagine a lead of 8 or 10 points being secure because they can score in bunches.
Elijah Cheeks piling on right there. Opening moment of the 3rd quarter. Carmel by North Central by 4. North Central led by 8 at the quarter.
The foul was on Rhodes for North Central. His 3rd personal foul, and Coach Gant was discussing with the officials, and you know, there was a wild scramble there on the floor, and it's kind of hard to pick out and say who fouled who. I'm sure that's what Coach was pointing out. They were both just going for the basketball.
7:20 to go, 3rd quarter, opening moment. He used his right hand to push off there. And that's Elijah Cheeks with the ball. And the ball taken away by Grossfeld. 2-on-1. And he missed the shot. Now here's 2-on-1 the other way. And they missed the shot. Grossfeld again.
That's what I'm talking about, the speed of the game. But when they get up there, they're not really making good decisions with the basketball. Sometimes they're extremely well guarded. You might be within 3 feet of the basket, but if you're well guarded, it's not a good shot.
Harris missed the shot, but at the other end, Cash Whitehead scores.
Whitehead is one they have to pay attention to. He now has 10 points in a relatively low-scoring game.
6:20 left, 3rd quarter. And that'll be a foul. And Antonio McFarland will go to the line.
Fouls on Toller.
At Andy Moore Kia in Avon, you can get a great deal on the Kia Soul, the SUV for people who live outside the box. Great selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. That's Andy Moore Kia. Say hello to General Manager Joe Capitan.
McFarland at the line. He's made a free throw in the 1st quarter. That was his first make of the year. He came in only attempting 2, so it's not a large number to gauge his percentage by.
6:14 left in the quarter. Place is awfully quiet for the moment. For is Stone. Jumper didn't go by Nord. Here's Grossfeld all the way, and it didn't go. Wow.
2 layups, one at each end, laid on the rim and dropped off.
Saved by Toller. Work it down low. Spinning and scoring inside, Terrence Nord. 6'2", 6'3" senior. Smith. Bryce Harris will inbound.
Both teams had success in getting second attempts on offensive rebounds. I'm sure the coach that's teams on defense is talking about check out a little bit.
Work it down low.
I don't know how the ball got through there. There was 2 defenders there. And they were able to drive the ball to the foul lane, and that was Wilkerson. Tried to give it to his teammate. He got away with it, but it was really a tight squeeze.
Associated Builders and Contractors of Indiana and Kentucky. Merit Shop Construction, based on merit, performance, and integrity. ABC helps its members develop people and work safely, ethically, and with profitability. A special hello to Executive Director J.R. Gaylor, the legend.
Smith makes 1 out of 2.
Oh, it's a foul.
Wow. I thought Smith had his hands, and he did too, on top of the basketball. The official saw it differently. He says he points to his head like he hit him upside the head, which might well have happened. Caleb,
5 minutes left.
Caleb Jones hasn't had good success there. He hit his last 2, though. 3 in a row.
He's a 6-foot junior. He's not an especially good free throw shooter, 54% coming in. But as Dave said, he's had some success today. So much of it's confidence.
The first one goes in, it makes it a lot easier. It's the same thing in field goal shooting. If that first shot goes in, it makes you feel pretty good about your second and third opportunities.
.445 left, third quarter. And another foul. North Central and Jeffersonville. Jeffersonville, right next to the river, down south. And Kentuckiana.
I believe that's the 4th team foul. Wide open, nice baseline cut, a little shuffle cut.
David Smith. And a timeout is called. Timeout called with 4:33 left to go in the third quarter. Our director is Vince Morales. Dave, I thank Greg Regstraw and the crew, and Vince, it's been an honor to work these 2 games with you today, and it's great to be working with you again after all these years.
Thank you, Howard. Kind of feels like old times. 32 years, I think, we spent together, traveling all kinds of areas of the state of Indiana, in the rain, the snow, and the cold, but we were there.
Seen some really great teams and great players over the years.
That's the enjoyment of it. We get to see a different game each week, all kinds of styles, just like we're seeing in this tournament. We're seeing teams that like to set it up and really work the basketball. And then we see 2 teams here that really want to get it up and get a quick opportunity as quickly as they can. So it's kind of interesting. But, you know, it really doesn't matter what philosophy a coach has if he can get the guys to buy into it. If the kids buy into it and you're fortunate enough to have just a little success, you're going to win games. You might walk it up. You might play a zone, you might play a man-to-man, whatever you believe in, if you can get the kids buying into it.
In all your years of coaching, and you're a Hall of Fame coach, did you go the other way sometimes based on your personnel?
You have to. High school basketball, you got to be flexible. At least yet, they haven't put in NIL money where you can go buy your team.
It is Jeffersonville ball. We're almost halfway through the third quarter. Back outside, the free man, he didn't hit the jumper. Scruggs. This is Jones, Caleb Jones. Nord. And a battle for that rebound. Boy, spinning, there's so much movement, spinning and twisting, battling.
And I mentioned earlier, they're getting down inside, both teams some, but it's so crowded down in there, it doesn't necessarily mean you got a good opportunity. When you draw 2 or 3 people around you, when you drive like that, you got teammates open. It's a matter of finding them.
He'll get one more. That's Jacob Wilkerson, who's a good free throw shooter, 70%. And that's a big sample size coming in, 32 of 46. How many points you have him for today, Dave?
I've got him for 6.
Oh.
He averages 14, so he's very capable.
We're in the third quarter, 3:47 to go.
A lot of whistles in the game.
Cash Whitehead checking back in, number 24 for Jeffersonville.
And for the first time, we see the bonus come into play.
He replaced Caleb Jones. There was so little free throw shooting in our earlier game today.
Well, that simply means now that Jeffersonville this is their 6th team foul, so it should be 2 shots from here on the rest of this quarter, and then the count starts over. It goes, rule changed a couple years ago. 5 free throws, and then if you get fouled again in that same quarter, 2 shots every trip.
David Smith at the line. .340 left to go. We are in the third quarter. And the game is tied at 31, and a nice move to the hoop by Wilkerson.
That was a great individual effort. He saw the opening, went in traffic, finished over the hands of the defender.
And in the first half, Dave, North Central had a double-digit lead, and now Jeffersonville has taken the lead.
And I think Jeff might want to slow down on the fouls, because that bonus, they're giving North Central 2 free attempts every time they do that. And there's still 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go here in the third period. Pretty early to be in the bonus.
Ramsey Bonds at the line. Coming in 4 of 5 this season from the free throw line. And the rebound taken down by Wilkerson. .22 is Scruggs. 2 is Nord, I should say.
Good ball movement. Not able to get the good look. And so if you don't get a good look, you shouldn't shoot it until you do. And that's exactly what Jeffersonville is doing now.
And they have the lead. .235 left in the third quarter. He's free. Nord, no. And here come the Panthers. The rebound to David Smith. Panthers down 2. And Jacob Wilkerson comes away with it.
Wilkerson's doing a nice job on the bank boards.
Nord. Whitehead, no. But the offensive board to Scruggs. And a foul.
Wilkerson stands 6'3", but he plays a guard, and he has the ability to take the ball to the basket. He scored the last time just a couple of possessions ago, and that time he had the ball all the way to the rim and got fouled.
156.
Kind of quiet in here, Howard.
Yeah, really quiet.
I could looking around thinking I'm in church.
156 left in the third quarter.
A lot of teams sign up to be a part of this because especially if you're from the north end of the state or the south end, they know they're going to see some good quality teams up here, and they don't want to lose, but they want to find out how do they shape up, how do they measure up against the good teams.
156 left in the third quarter. It's been a really lengthy third quarter with all the fouls and free throw shots.
A lot of whistles.
Yep. Which is not a good thing, but the officials have to call it the way they see it. You like to have flow to the game and fewer whistles.
But you just made a good point. You don't want to see the officials change how they call a game no matter what. If it's a foul in the first quarter, it's a foul in the fourth quarter.
Consistency. Pull up jump, and he's got it. Antonio McFarland. And with 1:20 to go in the third quarter, a timeout is called. Are you looking for a Toyota? Do what Robin and I did. We bought a 4Runner from Andy Moore Toyota in Avon. It's absolutely sensational, and so is everything else about Andy Moore Toyota. What a great dealership. Say hello to General Manager Ben Mendoza. That's Andy Moore Toyota in Avon.
Got a couple players that are stepping up big time this afternoon. Anton McFarland has 10 points. He only averages 4 on the season. And coming alive is Jacob Wilkerson, especially here in this period. He has 6 points. Here in the third period, he has 10 in the ball game.
He needs to stay on the lower level game.
Still can be a lot of scoring in this game. We've got a whole quarter left after this, Howard.
Right.
One team gets on a little bit of a run, they could take control of the game.
That's a three, and he's got it. Cash Whitehead, the 6'4" senior with a three. And North Central pushes the ball up court in a hurry. Under a minute left in the third quarter. Harris, and they turn it over. That's a nice pass down low.
Probably a good timeout there by Coach Wilkerson because his man was stuck in the 3-second lane. He was kind of behind the backboard, and he didn't want to give up the ball on a violation.
And a timeout, as you said, is called.
This type of game, 1 or 2 turnovers can make the whole difference. We're dealing with a 5-point game, but neither team has been able to establish any significant control. Earlier, as you pointed out, the Panthers were ahead slightly, but never enough to be out of touch with the score.
Now here's a question for you. Back to your coaching days, did you talk to your players much about moving without the ball?
Always. Every time a pass is made, all 5 people should move. You shouldn't be a spectator. In other words, if I pass the basketball, I should go someplace. Maybe replace myself, cut and come back. But there should be continuous motion out there.
Do you always see that?
No. Too many times you catch people away from the ball standing and watching rather than moving.
.30 seconds left in the third quarter. Onside, and Whitehead scores again.
That was a great possession. by Jeffersonville. They were very patient. They moved people and they moved the ball, end up getting a layup.
And the Red Devils are now leading by 7 points. 13 seconds left in the third quarter. And a baseline jump didn't go, and there's a whistle with 1/10 of a second left in the quarter. And we're going to have free throw shots?
They are the foul.
Wow.
The bonus in effect, 1/10 of a second. Of course, when you're in a business of the middle of a game, and you know the time's running out, but you don't realize there's 1/10 of a second, or you wouldn't foul, of course.
And that's Antonio McFarland, a 6-foot junior, who's played a good game today. It's like giving him a point or two if he makes them both 2 points.
McFarland now has 11, a chance for 12 points. He has it.
They had a great third quarter, but they gave him a couple of points at the end. That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Jeffersonville 40, North Central 35. This is the ISC Sports Network.
McCulling in time. Oh, no! It's good.
This one is caught.
There you
oh,
go.
Wow, Dawson makes a great catch.
Spin, win, 3, bury it for Leland Walker.
Tie the game they do with the dunk by Malik Edmonds. What a play.
Oh, my
goodness.
I feel a little momentum starting to fall Ellen's way.
That in the air. Wrestler! Wrestler!
And we welcome you back to North Central High School. There's our score after 3. Jeffersonville 40, North Central 35. Dave, despite those 2 free throws at the end by the Panthers, it was a great third quarter for Jeffersonville.
That's the spurt I've been talking about, and that propels you going into the fourth quarter. You get a little bit of a lead. You don't have anyone in serious foul trouble. Now you go back. But I don't think the philosophy of either of this ball club is to slow down and try to kill the clock. They're going to just keep going. Hopefully they'll make good decisions if you're from the coach, get good shots.
Back outside it goes to McFarland. Opening moment of the fourth quarter. They're whipping that ball around. And the ball knocked away and saved. And here are the Red Devils. Ahead by 5. They trailed by 4 at the half. They trailed by 8 at the quarter.
Coach Wilkerson called out play number 4, set play.
I think we had a whistle away from the ball.
And it seemed like on that one possession that maybe Jeffersonville is setting up just a little bit, not coming up and taking the first quick shot, but looking for really good ones, and that would be the smart thing to do. They lead by 5.
And he tripped, or was tripped.
Boy, that was almost inadvertent, and I don't blame the Rhodes questioning that, because it almost looked like he slipped on his own, but they've got a much better view of it down there than I do up here.
A minute into the fourth quarter, Jefferson ball. There's a cross-court pass.
They're doing a lot of putting a lot of velocity on that cross-court pass. If you're going to throw it, you've got to throw it hard, throw it fast.
And a timeout is called. Associated Builders and Contractors of Indiana and Kentucky, Merit Shop Construction, based on merit, performance, and integrity. ABC helps its members develop people and work safely, ethically, and with profitability. A special hello to the legend, the Executive Director, J.R. Gaylor, Associated Builders and Contractors.
Timeout by Coach Wilkerson, and I don't think they necessarily will call for a set play for an individual, but I'm sure he's got 3 or 4 key situations. Set plays, probably a good term for it, and they'll run that now to get the ball in a certain person's hand or to get the ball in a certain area. They tried to get to give and go, which was a good call, and they end up getting the ball back. But they were going to get Nord flying to the basket after he passed it inbounds. Not a bad set.
They're double teaming Nord.
He's one of their key players.
Work it down low and a foul.
And that's Wilkerson. Wilkerson's come alive here, particularly here in the second half of this ball game. He is one of their best players. He averages 14 points a game. That's the leading scorer on the team.
And Wilkerson at the line in a very quiet North Central gym.
He's a good free thrower. Whoever wins this game is going to have to make free throws here in the last 6:30. It always comes down in a close ball game. You got to make free throws.
Especially with all of them that are being shot in this game. A lot of fouls. 6.5 to go. Panther ball down 6. That's Harris.
Jeffersonville man-to-man. Put his hands on him. That's a good call.
.608 left. And that foul on Whitehead. Near steal. Beautiful move to the hoop by Brennan Johnson, the sophomore.
Great body control.
Tip no, out of bounds, last touched by David Smith of North Central.
Talking about a special play that you would call for a player, Howard. I remember one of my players came to the huddle. He says, "Coach, I'm wide open. They're not passing the ball to me." And I said, "Son, there's a reason."
Driving to the hoop and scoring is Toller.
Toller's had a good ball game. Has 10 points now in the ball game. He only averages just under 2 a game.
6-point game. Red Devils leading, 5:20 to go. And Johnson will go to the line.
That was on Toller. He's not in any foul difficulty.
And he'll get one more. Brennan Johnson at the line. And he had not been to the line at all.
That's his first point in the ball game. 5'9" junior. I'm sure part of it is he provides quickness, and they're going to try to put the pressure on the ball handlers for Jeffersonville.
And Grossfeld missed the follow-up, and the shot then taken by Anderson is blocked and knocked out of bounds.
I think they called a foul, Howard.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Another one.
I saw the block. He certainly blocked it, but I guess he got him with the body.
As a team, North Central 67% and Jeffersonville 65. Neither team's quite where you want to be in making free throws. They determine so many outcomes.
Elijah Anderson at the line. .5:10 to go.
Here comes the press.
They beat it beautifully, and scoring inside underneath is Jermaine Perry.
Excellent job of moving the ball from side to side.
Ball dropped, a turnover. Here's a 3-on-1 and a foul. .454 to go. And it's a 6-point lead for the Red Devils.
Toller 1 out of 2. Setting on a 7-point margin.
You mentioned, we talked about some teams to look for come March. You mentioned how great Pike can be. Any players stand out that you've seen who could be Mr. Basketball candidates?
Yeah, a young man named Ertl down at Mount Vernon. I think he has a leg up. It doesn't mean he's an automatic choice, but he's definitely in the strong consideration. He's already announced going to Purdue next year.
And the 3 by David Smith. And they immediately call for a timeout. With 4:19 to go.
Anybody's game with 4:19 to go, only a 4-point lead, particularly with the free throw situation. And you've got to really be positive every time you get the ball. You need to come up with something, either a free throw or a field goal. You need to not have empty possessions. For Jeffersonville, I think you can't be hesitant, but you can't be careless, if that makes sense with the basketball. You've got to value the ball. You've got a slight lead, but in the way the game's played and today and the way this game is played up and down, a 4-point lead is not safe.
Did you prefer coaching games that are fast-paced like this one, or our first game, our earlier game, I should say, the Carmel Lake Central game where styles were deliberate?
Well, I think that goes back to something you asked me earlier. It depends on your personnel.
Right. What kind of team did you enjoy more coaching?
Well, everybody likes to see scoring. So if you ideally you like to get up and down, score a lot of points. The fans love it and everything. But I was a little conservative on that. I didn't want to waste a trip. I wanted good shots, even though it's okay to push the ball up quickly. If it's not there, now let's go into our set and get us a good look. And that takes good judgment by your kids, by your players. They've got to make that decision on the roll. And if any of them are going out on their own, they probably think, oh, I've got a good opportunity when they don't. They've got to make good decisions.
And the ball knocked away. Recovered, though, by Wilkerson. Well said, Dave. .407 to go in the game. Who influenced your style of coaching?
You know, I tried to think about that. I love playing high school basketball, and I had a coach that treated us well.
Pass intercepted at the other end. The bucket by Jacob Wilkerson.
But as I think about my coaching career, I can't think of one thing that I used that we used in high school.
Wow.
So I went to every clinic in the world and got a little something from a lot of people. You come away with one thing. You may go to a clinic that lasts all day, but if you can get one thing. So It wasn't one individual. I listened to everything the successful coaches had, tried to borrow from them.
Grossfeld scores underneath.
Jeff's got to keep scoring. It's only a 4-point battle here.
With 3.5 to go in the game.
I doubt if either team has had a lot of experience in holding the ball at the end because they're a fast break team and they haven't had a super strong season, so they probably had to play catch up at the end of the game rather than protect the lead. And so they practice it all the time, I'm sure, but it's difficult to protect the lead with 3 minutes to go and you're only up 4.
Right, you can't protect success. You have to play your game. 3 minutes left in this one. Spinning jump is good by Cash Whitehead, who's had a good second half.
He's been a steady player all year. He now has 15 points in the ball game. He averages 12, so he's one of the better scorers for Jeffersonville. That might go back to what I said earlier, Howard. Coach may not have said, hey, we're going to run it and get Whitehead a good play. The players know who your key players are. And Jeffersonville's going to want Whitehead to have an opportunity or Wilkerson. Down at the other end, you want Harris to be in the play and Grossfeld, because those are the guys that have been there all year doing the job.
First free throw no good by Smith.
Doesn't mean you turn it down if you're one of the other 3 guys out there, but you go to the guys that have been consistently good.
He's got this one, and it's a 5-point Red Devil lead.
Still 2-possession game.
Yep. Terrific play by Grossfeld, not only blocking the shot, but getting possession of the ball afterward.
Wow. Tough call. Could have gone either way. I'm not saying it was a block or a charge, but I didn't see the defender move, but he didn't seem to be quite squared up.
So Harris will go to the line.
88% coming into the day. If you're North Central, pretty good guy to have at the line.
And we'll go to the other end. Cash Whitehead.
Been good today.
Good free throw shooter, 69%. You always said at the high school level, 70% or over is good.
You definitely shoot for that as a team. You got to do that. You got to have some individuals a lot better than 70. 70 is acceptable.
5-point lead, Jeffersonville, North Central with the ball. Had so many whistles in this game. Haven't had continuous flow. And again, that's not a criticism at all of the officials. That's just the way the game's been. And a steal.
Layup.
And he fouled him as well. It counts in a foul for Cash Whitehead and a huge basket. And that ups the lead to 7. Boy, that's a big play.
And that's 19 points for Whitehead. He's been the guy today. I think the defender was probably trying to catch up and foul him before he got to the layup. But once he gets there, you don't want to commit the foul because it just puts you another point down.
Under 2 minutes left, and now that lead is 8 for Jeffersonville. North Central with a double-digit lead in the first half and an 8-point lead at the quarter. Grossfeld spinning.
If you're North Central, you almost have to come up with something this trip. You know, get yourself back to the free throw line one more time, or get a good opportunity to get two. 145 and you're down 8.
And they got 2 back as Harris scores.
He threw that off the back of the defender, I think. I didn't see him pass a teammate and back it.
See if there's a held ball here.
Stays with Jeff with the air alternating control.
Now what's your approach if you're Jeff right now? 1:32 to go, you have the ball, you're up 6.
I hold it. Layups and free throws.
Do you foul if you're North Central? Well, they didn't hold it. There's so much for that. And that rebound to Grossfeld, and that's huge.
That's
At that Euro step.
You could almost call that flop again. There wasn't a lot of contact. I think if you're going to make a call, it was the correct one.
Farland at the line.
Should feel pretty good up there. He already has 12 points in the book. Still enough time. Minute 17. Going to be down 4 or 5, depending on if he makes or misses. So plenty of time.
And the ball knocked out of bounds.
It's going to stay there. North
1:16, Dave.
North Central gets an opportunity here to really put pressure on if they can score here.
Work it down low. And there's a foul, and they call that one on Aiden Toller.
Not a good foul.
But when you have the lead, the last thing you want to do is foul people.
Yeah, with 1:09. You don't want to give them points with the clock stop.
David Smith at the line, 62% free throw shooter this season. It's been a very long second half with all the fouls. So the lead has been cut to 3, and they're double team and pressing, and they almost turned it over. They got it back, though.
A little shaky.
We're under a minute left in this one.
Got to meet your pass.
There's a foul with 51 seconds.
Some people probably said, well, they had the layup opportunity. Yeah, but he had 3 defenders around him. Is a good choice, kicking it back out, keeping the clock going.
And he realized his team had the lead, and that was the right thing to do.
Good decision. If you're a wide open layup, that's a difference. But when you're in traffic, you probably ought to do just what he did and kick it back out.
Aiden Toller at the line. He's done very well. Had a good game. That lead back up to 5 for Jeffersonville, I should say. 45 seconds left, and here's a foul. And again, Jeffersonville continues to foul with a lead. They've done that in the last 3 North Central possessions, and you just shouldn't be doing that. Grossfeld makes the first.
He's 71%, so he's pretty solid.
You not only give them the opportunity to score, but you have the lead and you're stopping the clock. Well, they missed that one. Now, do you foul if you're North Central?
If it gets to the 10-second line, you haven't gotten a steal, I would.
And Jeffersonville calls for a timeout. 35 seconds to go. Jeffersonville ball, and the Red Devils lead by 4 points.
You got to Jeffersonville's got to value that ball. In other words, they've got to make strong, what I call strong catches, 2 hands, and chin the ball. In other words, when you chin the ball, your elbows go up, and it's pretty tough to get to the ball without committing the foul. So the hardest thing is going to get, in my opinion, is getting it on court, because you know that the Panthers are going to be face guarding and doing everything they can to prevent it.
And the last time they did, they turned the ball over.
And there's an always debate, do you double team or not double team, but put the tallest player or a tall player on the out of bounds man to take away his vision. The other thought is we're going to double team the best scorer and not let the ball come into him. So either one's okay. It's a matter of execution.
35.5 seconds to go.
Hasn't been a masterpiece.
No.
It's been a close ball game, been a very competitive, but both of these ball clubs are kind of starting over this year. They're early in, they're not even halfway through the season yet. So they're going to get a lot better. And this type of game will help them, no matter who wins.
And they get it inbound. Let's see if there's a steal, but it's last touched by North Central.
Nice alert play.
That 5 seconds went off the clock. But they get the ball at the midcourt line, which is a lot easier.
Double up, double up.
Ball knocked away. And we are down to 20 seconds. And here's a foul with 19 seconds to go.
That's going to put Wilkerson at the line pretty solid. He's had a good second half, a good game. He has 11 points, 70% on the season. So if you're Jeffersonville and you could pick somebody, you'd probably take a strong look at him, either Nord or Wilkerson.
And he's got it. And that makes it a 5-point game.
Two-possession game either way, but if you can get it to 6, they're going to have 2 3-pointers or get 3 points the old-fashioned way.
And they just got it to 6, and they only have 17 seconds. They need a 3-point field goal.
Don't foul.
Grossfeld lays it in. They'll probably call time, and they do. And right after the game, stay tuned for our LD Smith Plumbing big dog of the game, the player of the game. We have 11.6 seconds to go. Yes, he made the basket, but you're still 2 possessions down, and you don't have the ball.
Right. And once again, the hardest thing, getting it on court. Because if you get it on court, you know there's going to be a foul. It's kind of a tricky play, but a pretty good play is to line up 4 people across the volleyball line and have a guard fake cut to the basket and throw it deep. Takes a lot of courage to do that, but I've seen it work a couple of times.
11.6 seconds to go. And it's Jeffersonville ball, and Jeffersonville leads by 4 points. And you would think if they don't get that steal immediately, they'll foul.
If they can design a play, I'd go to Nord. He's an outstanding free throw shooter. He's in plus 90%. Now, if North Central knows that, they're probably going to double team him. Second choice would be Wilkerson. He was just there.
Caleb Jones inbounding, and they're eating up that clock. The ball knocked away out of bounds, though.
Hope no one's hurt. That young man went flying over the bleachers. He's up and walking.
6.7 seconds to go. The ball will be inbounded from. Okay, there was a foul on the play. They called a foul on the play. Wow. And this does give some hope to North Central. Looked like the game was over. If he makes the first, I think he should miss the second on purpose. What do you think? 6.7 seconds to go. You're down by 3.
I think that's not a bad philosophy. I think I'd make it and either steal or foul.
Well, he did make it.
Steal or foul right now. Foul him. He did.
5.2 seconds to go. The other way of looking at it, you only had 6 seconds. You miss it on purpose. If you get it back, you try a 3 to tie the game.
You have a chance.
Yep. Now, if he makes these 2 free throws, the game's over. Oh, he missed the first. Nord missed the first. So they're going to have a shot.
92% free throw shooter.
Here's another timeout.
Oh, yeah. The speed these ball clubs have gone up and down today, they can get up the court and get a good shot in 5 seconds. So
they're going to be down 2 or 3. But something you and I have discussed over the years, if you're Jeffersonville, if you're down 3, if it's 3, why not foul when they get close to midcourt so they can't attempt a 3?
I would agree with that. Get the foul. When they get 10-second line, get a foul.
But if he misses the shot and it's 2, then you can't foul, obviously. You don't want to foul. 5.2 seconds to go. It's an interesting finish. The game looked to be over. Jeffersonville leading by 2.
We've had a ton of free throws shot here in the 4th quarter. We said early on that if the game's tight, it normally comes down to free throws, and we had certainly a fair share of free throws taken in this ball game.
Terrence Nord, a terrific free throw shooter, Dave, and he missed that first one.
Got him for 92%.
Oh, he missed that as well. It's a 2-point game. 3 seconds to go. Grossfeld for 3. Oh, no good. Oh, what a finish. That would have won the game had it gone in, and it almost did.
Great opportunity.
Well, a tremendous finish to this game, but Jeffersonville hangs on and wins the game. And now it's time for our player of the game, Cash Whitehead, LD Smith Plumbing, big dog of the game. The big dog of the game brought to you by LD Smith Plumbing. LD Smith Plumbing is the big dog of sewers and drains. At LD Smith Plumbing and Drains, we know a thing or two about getting dirty and keeping things flowing. Hats off to the big dog of the game, Cash Whitehead, for his team for victory.
20 points in the ball game. Fully agree on Cash Whitehead's. Outstanding day for him. He came in, he almost got double his average. He averages 12, but 20 points up today. Outstanding.
Okay, great working with everybody today. And again, that final score is Jeffersonville 59, North Central 57. For Dave Nicholson, Vince Morellis, and the entire ISC crew, Howard Kellman saying goodbye on the ISC Sports Network.
Been great, Howard.
Thank you.